Automotive Council, we've got two big objectives. One is to increase employment in the supply chain, and two is to increase the level of sourcing that we have in our supply chain for the UK manufacturers.
So having a strong, competitive domestic supply chain is vital for our OEMs, but it's also a huge opportunity to export from the UK. For every job that's created in an OEM, that creates 4 further jobs down the supply chain.
We had to find ways of speeding up our suppliers' level of investment, and the LTASC scheme was perfect for this.
Well, in the 2 financial years since we started the programme, we've grown turnover by 26%. We've created 50 new jobs as the programme has proceeded and safeguarded a roughly similar number. The rate we're growing at the moment, then we expect to be double the size we are in 5 years' time.
The net saving to the business in terms of hard savings, in terms of improving productivity, reducing waste and scrap, etc., we estimate in the first 12 months has delivered over £300,000 worth of savings. So we're now in a position to quote for new business, which we couldn't quote for before.
The factory itself, in that period of time, the turnover's increased by 50%, and the number of employees is increased by about 30 new employees.
So it's definitely something that differentiates us for the future in terms of competitiveness in the European market. And it's more what you can do with it in the future, apply to other projects.
You wouldn't recognise the company now compared to where it was 2.5 years ago. The funding has freed us up to do things and make developments that we would not have been able to achieve in any other way.
We've moved from what was a £6 million turnover company to a £10 million turnover company.
It's given our supply base in the UK a greater level of resilience, a greater level of confidence, and ultimately the ability to compete with new contracts as they come up.
We've proven that we don't need to throw tens and tens of millions of pounds at this kind of stuff. We can have a big impact with a relatively small amount of money across lots of companies. And I think the vital thing, or the clever thing to do, is to figure out what is it that makes those companies more competitive, how will they win more orders from both current customers and new customers, and how do we focus on building their capabilities to directly improve that competitive performance.